Hey, welcome in everyone to the Hoops Frenzy podcast. I'm Dean Holzwarth. I'm my good friend Andy McDonald. Thanks for joining us for another episode covering high school basketball. Last week for the girls this week, last regular season games, and then the girls district start next week. Boys are currently in district week right now, so we're recording on Tuesday this week. So some very exciting semifinal games on Wednesday to go out and check out. Last night was kind of the pre-district games. Or first round of the district game, Mona Shores and Reese Puffer went to overtime. Mona Shores squeaked out the win by 2, so I think that was one of the more exciting first round games last night.
No doubt, yeah, absolutely. There's only a handful of them that were probably expected to be close, but that was definitely one of the ones that ended up that way, and I wasn't at that one, so I wasn't able to see what happened there at the ending. But no matter what, it's like you start getting to these games on Wednesday, and it starts feeling like there's some pretty good matchups that that's where you could see an upset early in the tournament. That's for sure. So I think we're all ready to get to that point. And the girls are winding down their season, and we're getting ready for that race to the Breslin. That's for sure.
Oh, 100%. And obviously we're looking forward to all the great matchups coming up, especially from the games featuring some of the top teams in the area. Another close game last night. Jenison beat Union by 1 point, 46-45. So there was some kind of intriguing matchups.
Yeah, for sure.
From that first round. Andy, so talk about Catholic Central girls basketball last night. Really good matchup, I think. Yeah. A test for them against Palm Westphalia. They did fall short, but give me thoughts about that game.
Yeah, no, they last night was, that early on in the game, Palamo was up like 13-0, so it kind of like they were just going to run the table.
Really?
They actually had a player last night, I'm forgetting her name, so forgive me on that, but she scored 1,000 points. They actually stopped the game for a minute and honored her. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they must have known about it coming in, or someone must have said something. There was a lot of Palamo fans there last night, probably because of that reason. So that the fact they were down by that much and were able to make it that close of a game in the end. I mean, they did go on in the second quarter. I think it was like a 9 or 10-0 run of their own. So Catholic Central didn't go away, and they were a better team than what the first quarter was kind of indicating. So I figured that the final would end up that close. But yeah, Catholic Central's got a good team, and I expect them to be able to make a run. I'm not sure if they're the best team in our area, but I do think they have a chance to push it. I mean, West Catholic was able to get by them just a few weeks ago, and they still have a good program. Rockford has obviously been unstoppable this year at times. Again, they have everything rolling in the right direction again. Kind of after a little bit of a slower start. I think Catholic Central is one of those teams that in their division they could possibly compete to make it to the Breslin again.
Okay. I want to go over some conference champions for the boys this past season. We had the OK Red, which was won by Kentwood. Kentwood's obviously one of the top teams in the state this year. We expect them to win their district, as we talked about last week. Muskegon won the OK Green. Grampus Christian ended up edging out Catholic Central and the OK White. South Christian and Northview shared the conference title in the gold. And did you see where Coopersville beat South Christian on Friday night?
I did not. No.
Huge win for that Coopersville program.
Wow.
Who played Granville tomorrow night in the semis. Granville easily handled them the first meeting or when they played earlier in the season in non-conference. So now the rematch is tomorrow night at Jenison. But the Coopersville team is playing really well right now. Have you seen them at all?
I have not been able to cover. I think I did cover them actually very early in the season. But no, I have not seen them any time recently.
And they've never beaten South Christian. That was their first one ever against South Christian.
That's crazy. I mean, South Christian's a program. When you get a win against them, that's really building on your resume. That's for sure. So, I haven't got the chance to really see them play much at all. Like the last time I think I did was earlier in the year when they played against Kenowa Hills. So I have not seen them play in a while. But right now is the best time to start playing some of your best basketball. When you can pick up a win like that going towards the postseason, it definitely makes a difference. So we'll see what they're able to do. Yeah,
one of your favorite teams, Greenville, won the River Cities Alliance. Fruitport, who gave Triunity Christian their only loss of the year, won the OK Silver. And then OK Black went to Uni Christian. And I forgot to mention this last week, and I'm actually talking to him tonight on the phone for a story that I'm doing, but Scott Sozema at Uni Christian picked up his 700th win last week.
I mean, he's been around for a while. Classic. He's usually got the white towel over the shoulder.
I'm going to talk to him a lot tonight about that. About the towel.
Where it came from. Gotta get the reason for it because I'm interested in it. I've never been able to ask him about that. But that's an awesome accomplishment for him. And I mean, just a testimony to what they've been able to do with that program. It's like every year since I've been covering high school basketball in this area, you can expect Unity Christian to be good, and they've been able to do it time and time again. So.
And he is obviously so much success that he's had. Obviously, Mark Keeler got his 700th victory last year, and we knew that kind of Scott was kind of approaching that same milestone. So I'm interested to see what he says about it. I'm sure he'll be like, "Hey, I've been around a long time, longevity," which always kind of happens. But
but that's still hard to do. I feel like high school coaches don't get enough credit because it takes a lot to stay at a school like that for that long. I mean, I would imagine a coach of his pedigree, I'm not going to I don't know anything, but he may have gotten some offers, as you might find about tonight too, that he probably at some colleges at maybe some kind of an assistant coach or something like that. When you're winning that much with a program and keep a program that good for that long, it brings up a lot of opportunities. And the fact that you like a school enough to stay there for whatever reason, doesn't even have to be another coaching offer. It can be whatever else in life that takes you away from just the high school coaching job. He's been able to keep it and stay there for that long. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and UD Christian obviously won the Black, like I said, undefeated in the conference, which was a very difficult conference, and they go into the postseason 19-3. So I'm looking forward to talking to him. And you guys are you're a little younger. So Jerry Tarkanian from UNLV, he used to have a white towel that he bid on all the time and chomped on back in the early 90s when they would play Duke and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
I'm very curious, like I said, to see where the origins of that white towel came from. For sure. So, all right, let's talk some girls basketball districts for next week. I think one of the most intriguing one is going to be, Catholic Central, like you talked about, they have a district that they're hosting. Grandpa's Christian, been a little bit down this year. I think Catholic Central will win that district. Covenant Christian, a team that we haven't really talked about much. They have an excellent girls team, and I think this team can make a deep run. No,
they're undefeated still right now, right?
I think they are.
Unless they did lose
going into this week, I think you're right.
Yeah, unless they lost somewhere I didn't expect it. But yeah, they when you show up to a gym and watch them play, which I have a few times this year, I mean they're different than a lot of other teams in the area. Man, they pass the ball probably better than any other team, and they always find a way to get inside every single game that I've been to, and I feel like it's just been unstoppable for any defense that's tried to play against them. Yeah, they have a lot of height inside. So, they're a unique team, and I think that they could really make a push for whatever it might be in their division.
Well, it's funny you say that because it looks like they'll play the winner of Kennewood Hills and Lee, which say they should get past those teams. However, the other side of the bracket is Allendale and West Catholic. So we're looking at Covenant Christian West Catholic District Final next Friday.
And that's a great game because West Catholic, even though this may not be as good of a year for them, I feel like as some of the years in the past, I feel like they're not quite as talented as they were when they had some of the talent they've had in the past years that have went on to play at Division I colleges. But they still are a good team. They're a good program. They take a lot of pride in just winning straight up because they've built that there now. So that's going to be a tough one to get by. I mean, West Catholic knows what's at stake. They've been able to get down to the Breslin Center a few times in recent years, and I think they really want to finish on top one of these times. So that's a good battle right there. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I might have to go cover that. I might have to take that away from you and go cover that next Friday. Because I think I can do that next Friday because we'll potentially have regionals on Tuesday, Thursday. Yeah,
this guy's going to work for us on a Friday.
I'm actually trying to do some games this postseason. So we're going to do it. Intriguing matchup, or an intriguing district at Wyoming. Wyoming's the top seed over there. Sure. East Kentwood's the number 2 seed. I'm interested to see that Wyoming-East Kentwood matchup.
I would take East Kentwood.
Because Wyoming hasn't been to regionals in a while.
At the end of the day, I think I'd still take East Kentwood. Now, I haven't really seen Wyoming play this year. I have liked what I've seen from East Kentwood at times, so I just would have to go with them right now.
I'm going to go with Wyoming to win that district.
Okay.
Man, we should have went back and forth with some fun. It's always fun going oppo with you.
I love it.
Because we always have, obviously, different opinions about different teams and all that, I do love that as well. Lowell in the Northview district, Forest Central and Northview playing the other one. I think I like Lowell in that one.
For sure.
We haven't seen them very much.
I agree with you on that.
This year.
I've covered them this year, and they've still looked pretty good. I mean, they've had a good program for the last couple of years since I've been covering them, so I would expect that to continue.
Yep. I think Hudsonville's a favorite in the Division I district. They are hosting Granville and Coopersville are there as well with Jensen and Union.
For sure.
Hudsonville's been playing well of late. A little slow start by them.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like, and that's not very characteristic of them. Obviously, they had some teams that were very good the past few years, but every now and again, you have a year where it may not go as well all season or look as well all season.
Yep.
This could be one of those examples where all it takes is a little bit of fire at the end, and they end up making a run that nobody really expects. So, because I don't think anybody's really taking them to maybe make it all the way to the finals, but you never know. Could happen.
Yep. South Christian undefeated as of now. They've just had a great season under Coach Erica Brown. So much depth, so much balance with that team. and they're looking at a district final against Wayland. Coach Hudson's been doing a really good job over at Wayland.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with South Christian, you said it with the depth. I feel like it's so hard for them to lose right now because they can play so many different people.
Yep.
And I feel like that's going to be hard to beat when it comes to trying to make it all the way.
South Christian is my pick. I think they're so motivated by last year's close loss to West Catholic in the quarterfinals. I think South Christian is super motivated. I think they will get to the rest.
I 100% agree with you. I think they would be my favorite. Other than I think Rockford will get there too, but that'd be my take for that conference. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's just so interesting. I think Rockford's not as good last year. When you lose a missed basketball, you're going to have a little bit of down, but they've still been playing super well.
Man,
And they have shooters.
They have so many
all
pieces.
over the place.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the fact that they still have Kate Higgins over there, and then Addison Wypitch also.
Oh, yep.
Her sister is there, and she's had a pretty good season now that she's getting more minutes with her sister being gone and moving on. But yeah, also I'm trying to Sienna Wolf. She was hurt a lot of last year, and she was one of their better players. And I mean, she's still working her way back from an injury of that severity. It takes a while to probably feel like you get yourself back to full speed, but. They're playing it. The last couple times I've covered them, they've looked unbeatable again in my eyes. That's why I'm taking them to go a little further.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of end here with the Division One. What I think is going to be an intriguing matchup, and like you just talked about Rockford a little bit. So Rockford and Muskegon.
It's a great game.
Like the boys, a potential girls clash, and Muskegon is. I mean, Muskegon beat them.
Yeah, no,
earlier in this year.
That's what I'm saying.
You expect Rockford to go.
I do.
But that's going to be.
I do because I expect Rockford to remember that from earlier in the year, and I think that they think they're a better team than Muskegon. It doesn't really matter sometimes with what happens on the court, but yeah, I can't see Rockford. The pedigree they've had, they've been able to make it every year. Yep. I trust that coaching staff and that team to make it and get past it.
Okay. In the other Division One, as you know, West, Grand Haven has to be the favorite.
Yeah,
another great year. So much height in that on that team as well.
For sure.
And their coach, Katie Kowalczyk Fuller, has been there forever, and she just does a tremendous job.
Yeah, no doubt. I would take Grand Haven, and I wouldn't really question it in that conference.
And last year, I think we had a Grand Haven Rockford regional, and that could be a rematch of that.
That'd be a great one.
Yeah. So yeah, we're looking forward to the boys this week, and then the girls next week. As March Madness, obviously already starts here in February for the high school basketball. But yeah, so Andy and I will be out.
There's one matchup that we didn't mention. The boys happening on Wednesday that everybody's been talking about. It's the Andy Bowl.
Oh yeah, the Andy Bowl, West Catholic and Kennewick Hills.
That's the big game.
Both schools Andy went to. He's gonna go cover it. He's gonna shoot from the middle because he doesn't want any bias.
Yeah, no, I don't want to take either side.
He just doesn't know,
it will probably be on national TV, I'd imagine.
I think he has a shirt that half Kennewa on one side, half West Catholic.
This is all our coworker Alec Giannakopoulos has been talking about. He's been calling it the Andy Bowl all week. So I'm excited to see what happens in that game. I definitely, for the people that watch that know me, I'm good friends with people from both schools still, so I'm excited to see what happens there.
So can I get a prediction?
Oh no, gosh, I'm going to take Kennewa. I do think Kennewa's a better team this year. I think that they have more shooters and more depth. I feel like I'm going to take Kennewa to win this one.
I'm going to take West Catholic just to be opposite.
Okay, sounds good.
Right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us this week. Looking forward to a lot of great hoops action in the next 3-4 weeks before the state finals begin. We'll see you next week.